What's a historical fact that would shock most people to find out? The year 536 was deemed the worst year to be alive. Volcanic eruptions caused prolonged dark sky for up to 18 months. This then caused a mini ice age, crop failures, and plague over the next 10 years, killing millions. Also, the name Tiffany has been in use since the 1600s. Woodrow Wilson was mentally and emotionally incapacitated by a massive stroke in October 1909, and his wife and doctors essentially ran the country until Harding took office in 1921. Some historians refer to Edith Wilson as the first female president. Hitting children in school was still legal when I was there, and I'm only 43. We are closer to the time of the T-Rex than the T-Rex is to the time of the Stegosaurus. The Second Congo War, also known as Africa's World War, was the deadliest conflict since World War II, with over 5 million people killed. Most people have never heard of it despite it ending in 2003. As far as we know, John Adams is the only founding father of the United States that never enslaved anyone. BuzzFeed used to write their own content. Purdue Pharma is responsible for the fentanyl crisis in America. After World War II, the British government argued for summary executions for Nazi leadership, while the Soviet Union wanted a show trial with a predetermined verdict. We only got the Nuremberg trials as they were after a shitload of debate between the US, UK, France, and USSR. Many people know about the suffragettes who won the vote for some UK women in 1918. Many people don't know that prior to 1918 men did not have universal suffrage. 1918 is also the date which non-landowning men got the vote. Prior to that, the vote had been only for wealthy landowning lords, just 5% of the population. Over a period of the preceding 80 years, concessions were slowly made to allow more men, and then some women, to vote. https://commonslibrary.parliament.uk content uploads 201,802 image1.png. George Washington's dentures were not wooden, but were crafted from various materials, animal teeth, and the teeth of enslaved people. Generals Grant and Lee did not meet at a courthouse in Appomattox to sign a treaty to end the American Civil War in 1865. They met in a private farmer's house at a place called Appomattox Courthouse. The 1796 Treaty of Tripoli, ratified by U.S. Congress and made public with essentially no documented debate, states that the U.S. is not, in any sense, founded on the Christian religion. The 2 atomic bombs dropped on Japan killed around 200 people. Before that, Imperial Japan killed 30 million in East and Southeast Asia. And those are only the statistics of war crimes. Not so kawaii of them. Hitler, Stalin, Tito, Freud, and Trotsky were all in Vienna, 1913. During World War II, the United States military developed a plan to use bats as bombs. The idea was to attach small incendiary devices to bats and release them over Japanese cities at night. The bats would then roost in buildings, and when the devices detonated, they would start fires, causing chaos and destruction. While the project, known as Project X-Ray, never saw combat, it's a bizarre example of the lengths to which military strategists were willing to go during the war. Cleopatra lived closer to the time of the moon landing than she did to the time the pyramids were built. The United States government intentionally poisoned 10,000 people by spiking the alcohol they drank during Prohibition. Hitler was not German.